What's going on, everybody? My name is Charles, and this is part 2 of my video series on how I'm helping you to change your life, change your body, and become healthier by losing weight. If you haven't watched part 1 already, take the time to watch it. It's the introduction video, and it's really going to lay out how I'm going to structure the videos. So there's going to be 5 main videos, including the introduction. Every single one of them is going to be a brief overview about a little bit of what you need to know. And off of each video, I'm going to branch into more specific topics, like I said, regarding every single one. So this being the first video of the series, we're going to talk about nutrition, which in my opinion is the most important thing if you're just trying to be a healthy person overall, or specifically if you're trying to lose some weight. Now, when it comes to losing weight, it really just comes down to calories in and calories out. This is Ann. Ann, say hi. So, calories in, calories out. If you eat more calories than you need, your body's going to store this excess body fat. It's that simple. It doesn't matter if you're eating simple sugars, carbohydrates, fats, proteins. More calories equals body fat. There's nothing around it. I just want to clear the air a little bit about the styles of eating and different methodologies that I've experienced in my time trying to slim down. So me personally, I've eaten really shitty diets. I've eaten diets in high sugars, like fruits. I've eaten the bodybuilder's diet, chicken, broccoli, rice every single day. I've experimented with a half-ass ketogenic diet. And then recently I've been on a proper ketogenic protocol, as I like to call it. Now, if you don't know what these terms are, don't worry about it. I'm going to break down each one of these methodologies in future videos. But what you really need to know is that there is no specific way your nutrition. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is going to respond to a different set of macronutrients, which are, your proteins, carbs, and your fats. For some people, such as myself, I tend to be a little sensitive to carbohydrates. For other people, their body is well adapted to carbohydrates. As a matter of fact, my roommate eats a very, very high amount of carbohydrates and a moderate amount of protein and little to no fat, and he's able to stay at about 10% body fat year round. Whereas if I ate a diet that was very composed in a much similar fashion, I don't think my body would respond as well. As a matter of fact, I eat a polar opposite diet and I'm in a similar state. So this comes back to what I was talking about in the introduction video, where you really need to experiment. So when I see people online saying that you need to eat low fat, low sugar, or you need to eat a high fat, no carb diet, you need to do the Atkins diet, the paleo diet, Jenny Craig, what they're not telling you, or what they neglect to tell you, is that it comes down just simply to calories in, calories out. So with that being said, the first thing that I recommend everybody to do if they're trying to lose some weight is that you've got to honestly record what you're eating now. And what I mean by recording what you're eating now, I mean like before you make any major changes, just get a baseline of where you're coming from. This is so important because I made this mistake in the beginning. Every single time I came about a rebound, I always cut to just straight to 2,000 calories without knowing any better. As a matter of fact, I was eating closer to like 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day, which is absurd. So cutting 60% of my daily nutritional intake, it really hits your body hard. You lose a lot of initial weight, but then your metabolism adjusts to it. So it's really not the correct way to do it. And in my opinion, you really should only do it slowly, because ultimately losing weight is a long game. It's not something that happens in a week or a month. It's something that, if you're talking about a significant amount of weight, whether it be 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds, it's going to take, depending on who you are and how motivated you are, anywhere between 4 or 6 months, even to a year. Or for me personally, a year and a half. As far as what to eat, I'm going to break it down in future videos on what I think about different lifestyles. But ultimately, what you need to know is that when it comes to nutrition, I live by 3 simple rules. The no shit principle. I try not to eat foods that are prepackaged, processed, filled with a bunch of gunk and fillers, because a lot of that stuff is going to be broken down very easily by the body and just store it as excess body fat. Some prime examples would be like going to McDonald's and getting fast food, or getting coffee and dumping a bunch of creamer in it. Like most store-bought, prepackaged foods actually are things I tend to avoid. As a matter of fact, I prepare all my own meals, and contrary to what many people believe, it's not expensive and it's not that time consuming. And I find that the quality of the food that I eat well exceeds anything that I can buy, and I often am disappointed when I go out to eat because I just know I can do a better job. So it's very rewarding actually to live in a lifestyle where you adhere to a better mindset about your food, because ultimately you're going to feel better overall. So we've talked about calories, we've talked about the first rule. The second rule is keep things in moderation. I try to eat 2 big meals a day. For some people, 3 meals works. For some people, it's 6 to 8. You have to experiment a little bit with your body and how you really like to live. For some people, they're snackers. They only like to eat a little bit here and there. That's totally fine. It doesn't work for me. I'm a man. I like to eat big meals. For others, 3 meals a day works. One of my good friends eats 1 big meal a day. It doesn't matter. When it comes to your eating, it has been well debunked that meal frequency isn't terribly relevant, and for the most part, your body is going to process what you eat regardless of how frequent you eat. One thing I would stay away from is eating right before you go to bed. I think that's been shown. Your body does process food a little differently when you go to bed, and if you're trying to lose weight, it may not be the best idea. And then the last rule is just being mindful and being respectful. So, if you're going to put yourself through the ringer and, do a transformation, don't let what you're doing consume you, and don't let it shadow yourself from others. There's a difference between remaining vigilant and sticking to the plan that you lay out for yourself when it comes to, your lifestyle adjustment for eating right and in a healthy nutritional way, and then just being like, nope, I can't do this. So like for instance, I personally eat a ketogenic diet, which means I eat 30 grams or less of carbohydrates a day. I eat quite a bit of fat. So when I'm going out, right, yesterday was Christmas, I tell people I really cannot, eat the ice cream, the cookies, and the cakes, and all that stuff. But what I do is I have a compromise. It's like, but you know what? Let me see some of that turkey. Give me some of the roast. Let me see your culinary creations in other avenues. So I maintain the protocol, but I'm still enjoying myself. Yesterday I didn't track my calories. I probably ate 3 times the amount of food that I needed to eat. But you know what? It was a holiday. And one, fault in a otherwise perfect stream, every now and again is not going to hurt you. Some people are like, you can't cheat, or you can't, do this or that. And me personally, a cheat day, if you want to call it that, every now and again is totally okay. But you can't make a habit of it. So don't make it like, I wouldn't even make it a weekly thing. I would just make it something that's very occasional, because otherwise, for some people, you may break the chain. They say it takes 45 days to establish a habit. You don't want to be having cheat meals in your first week, right? You want to have a long-term, adjustment to living this healthy lifestyle, and then slowly start reintroducing some of the things you may have liked. Say hi! So that's going to be it for nutrition. Not a whole lot of information in this video, just kind of a little bit about what I think. Next video is going to be, a little bit more nutrition. I'm going to talk about macronutrients, what they mean to you, and we'll just take it from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.